All right, so I hope you enjoyed learning about TBH. Now, in this second part of the video, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on another support tool for students to help you be successful at Delta College. So we just talked about how mental health and wellness is really critical. You can't be a good student academically if you have all this other stuff that's going on. So the mental health and wellness will help some of that. But another kind of need that we have in terms of our wellness is a physical need. So a basic need. Sometimes some of those basic needs involve food, access to food, things that you might need there. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen once more, and then we'll be able to go over to, let me see, you're going to see me share on the Delta College page. Again, we can go to deltacollege.edu and then go over to tab to student life, and then you'll see basic needs, and then we get to this page. So basic needs. This is recognizing that we also have to make sure that we have our physical needs taken care of. So there are multiple dimensions of wellness that we are concerned with. And in this one, we're talking about our physical need that's going to have a direct impact on how we do in the classroom and how we feel academically. So here, this is the basic needs Center's webpage and the space here. A couple of things that I think are really important. There is a tab here for the Student Food Pantry. Student Food Pantry is located right by us. We're Shima 146, and then they're located right along the same, they're just down the hallway from us. So if you just keep walking, you'll be able to see the food pantry. They have a really nice exterior wrap so you can see right where they are. And if it's closed, feel free to just take a look at the information on the door and you'll be able to see when they're going to be open next. But in order for you to access that, I want you to have some information. So number one, the food pantry is open and available to all Delta College students. It doesn't matter how much money you make. There's not like an income cap, and there's also no income limit. And so that means that if everybody should have access to it, I don't want there to be a stigma for you. So I don't want you to think, oh, I can't use it because people are going to see me going in there and they're going to make assumptions about me. We don't have to worry about that because you can't make too much money or too little money. It doesn't matter. It's open to all Delta College students. Again, located in the Shima building right by us in Shima 146. Just keep going and you'll see them there. In order to access that, you are going to need to have a Delta College food pantry application done. So here's more information about the food pantry. I'm going to tab over to my page that shows you where's my page? My D media right here. Okay, so this is what we look at when we're looking at My Delta. If I scroll over here, I kind of cut it off in my image, but you'll see that there's a student food pantry tile within your My Delta dashboard. You're going to complete the student food pantry application tile through there. And then that is what gives you all the information that you can have in order for you to be able to access this later in the semester. So once you do that, you should be good. So again, it tells you here, it's available to all currently enrolled students, which I just shared. You can log into My Delta. We just looked at what that looks like. Locate the pantry soft tile. Again, we just looked at that together. So that is, again, pantry soft tile. I'm sorry, I cut it off there, but that's it. Complete your online application. And then after you submit that, you're going to have access for the full academic year. And that's really, really great because when you go in there, you'll see that it is like a store. There are shelves, there's lots of different things that you can go in there and access. And so they're going to give you a certain number of points. It's going to be 16 points per week. And you're able to go in there and shop. So you can see that every item is assigned a certain point value, and you can make decisions about what you'd like to use your points on. And they give you 2 extra points if you bring back the reusable bag that they give you. I don't know if they do that every semester, so definitely check in with them in terms of what is their latest offering. And we really want you to make use of this because like resources that we get, the more that we can show that students are using it, the more that we can continue to get funds for that resource and perhaps expand it. Now, another one I want you to be aware of is the CalFresh program, and you can learn about CalFresh right here by clicking on that link and it takes you to students.calfresh.org. And this is really great because if you are someone who is getting some benefits already, then you might be able to qualify for additionally some groceries. And this is going to be fresh groceries. And so CalFresh is, again, it's a financial program specifically for students who qualify. So this is going to be different from the food pantry that's open to everybody. There are certain components here. And like it says here, you will need to apply. But the good news is you don't need your parents' tax return information in order to apply. So even if maybe you can't, you struggle with like that information and you say, I don't want my parents to have to fill out any kind of financial forms, you still might be able to access CalFresh. So I recommend that you find out the information there and that you learn about that. So these are some of the tips and tools that we are focused on today in terms of some of the wellness tools. And there are other kinds of tools that are going to be academic tools. And those are going to be different kinds of things that you can do. So tutoring, visiting the library, learning about our work experience. What is the Equity Minded Honors Program? Tell me about job skills and work experience. There's so much more, but really take the time to look at some of the resources that are available to you right at deltacollege.edu, and you will hopefully be able to help yourself in some of those situations where you feel like you're struggling. There is one more, though, that I did want to go back to, and that was going to be under student life. Okay, health and wellness here. I want to go over just so that you can see that there are some other tools. The Campus Well website is one that I love to showcase to students. So this is going to be curated for Delta College students, and it has a blend of wellness and health, but also academics. So how do you kind of balance all of this? And you'll see that some of these are like, does listening to music while studying? Really, really cool. When you click on these, it actually gives you an opportunity to read the article. It tells you 7 minutes is how long this article takes to read. And then if you read this article, you can click this. You can enter to possibly win a $50 Amazon gift card. So really nice to know that there's some benefits you can learn, and just get some good information on and how to balance, how to use all of these different tools. And we're, as human beings, not always going to be balanced. Sometimes you have to focus on work. Sometimes you have to focus on your health. Sometimes you have to focus on school. You generally want to try to pay attention to all of these various categories in order to really have a holistic approach as to who you are as a human being. And in order to do well academically in school, we want to pay attention to this stuff.